you're going to get to a point where people are going to say that you changed. And those people that are saying you changed isn't in a good way. They're saying it as if you should go back to the old you and you should stop working on yourself to improve your life and ultimately build a better future for yourself. It's whenever those friends from high school are trying to ask you to hang out and you don't really want to because you'd rather work on your business, you'd rather work on your physique, or you'd rather be meal prepping, whatever aspect of self-improvement you're currently being occupied by, you'd rather put your time and effort and energy towards that instead of going out and doing the same thing that every other kid is doing, you know, going out to the clubs, just coming home super late, hungover. That whole lifestyle isn't with you anymore. However, those friends that you used to party with or used to go out with, they still want you to be with them in that life. They want to drag you back into that lifestyle. They want that old you back. And people get so thrown away with this because they'll have their friends set them up one night begging them to come out with them, and they'll call you up and, you know, they'll just blow up your phone and just tell you, like, come on, you never come out with us, you never hang out with us anymore. They'll say you changed. And the moment most guys on self-improvement hear that, they get all defensive. Like, no, I didn't change, like, I'm still the same me, like, bro. And then they'll go out with that group of friends, and, you know, they'll go out and buy drinks or go smoke weed or whatever degenerate activity that friend group you guys used to do together. But the fact that you're so alarmed at the words of you changed, that blows my mind. You got to be honest with yourself. I want you to look in the mirror and tell me that you're the same guy from high school. Like, literally stare in your mirror right now and tell yourself that. And the moment those words come off your lips, you're just going to get annoyed because you know that's not true. I want you to repeat it until it really sinks in. You need to understand that you changed, bro. And that's okay. They just didn't change with you. And you're going to have to just accept the fact that they never will change. They will look at you the same their entire life. You are still that kid that was a pushover, a scrawny kid that was doing whatever in high school, not working out, eating junk food, chasing girls, being a class clown, the whole nine, bro. You made such a big progress from who you were back then to the man you are now. And every time you go back and hang out with this group, every time they kind of reel you in to hang out with them, they're still seeing you as that kid. They're still seeing you as that loser. And whenever you're hanging out with them, they're cracking jokes at you, and it's not even jokes where everybody's laughing and it's like a lighthearted thing. They're taking shots at you and everybody's just laughing at you. You're not even enjoying being there, but you just feel the need to prove the point that you haven't changed. It's like they could be making you do the most outlandish thing. They could be making you go to a restaurant that you don't even eat at, and it's just, you don't want to ever be entitled. You just never want to have the feeling of changing up on your boys, or, you know, just turning your back on people that were there for you growing up. But it's like, at some point, you got to think about yourself and you got to prioritize yourself first. These people are not bringing any benefit to your life. The only thing they're doing is dragging you down. And the more fuel you give them, the continue they'll grow. And it's just going to be a harder grip for them to hang on to you for a longer period of time. And then it could ultimately just hurt your future more than you anticipated. Every hour that you spend with them increases to 2 hours the next time or the next week. It just gets bigger and bigger. And then it gets to a point where before you know it, you become one of them. All the hard work you put in, all the time you sacrificed, it's going to waste. You slowly become one of them. You start wanting to go out with them more. You start wanting to be out late, drink loads of alcohol, and smoke weed again. And everyone else who leveled up with you, or the new friends you made while you've leveled up, they're looking at you at complete disgust. They're saying you changed. But they might not even say that to your face. They might just kind of distance themselves slowly from you over time. And before you know it, all those friends that you had while you leveled up are all gone, and now you're back in the batch of losers, and now you're kind of just camouflaged in with them. And you know, they continue to say, oh, I love you, and like they're always there for you, and they just enjoy your company. But is that even quality company now? Is that really what you want? I promise you, the more time you spend with these people, the worse your life will get. It's a sacrifice you have to make. If you were willing to jeopardize your goals, your dreams, and all the hard work that you put in up until this point, just for a few people to say that you changed, it just doesn't make sense. You're going to have to walk away and do what's best for yourself. If you're fearful that you'll never have a certain group of friends ever again, or that you will spend the rest of your life alone, I promise you that's not the case. Like I said, if you were leveling up, other people will notice. Other people will want to be friends with who you are working towards and the man you will be in the future. That's what they're placing their bet on. And they know if you are working hard now and you will continue to put in that effort for multiple years, you will become a real high value man in the future. And they want to be in a circle with other high value men. So while they know that they're working on themselves, they know you're working too. And in a few years, you guys will be a very powerful friend group, and you guys can have all the fun in the world that you want then. You have actually earned it at that point, and you actually have businesses under your name, and you guys are making good income, and life is good then, right? It's a different time in your life where you can express partying and hanging out. It's just when you're at a different playing field. Whereas the group of losers, they haven't changed. They can probably say they haven't changed, and it's a bad thing that they haven't changed. Normally the stigma is, oh, people switch up and people become someone that they were not previously. But this group of losers has been the same. They have not done anything with their life. The fact that you can be the same person you were in high school 4 or 5 years later is mind-blowing. You have done something seriously wrong with your life if you have not made any terms of growth financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, socially. If you have not developed in any of those areas significantly since the time you're in high school, you have some serious work to do, and those people are not your problem. You cannot let those people weigh you down. Do not feel bad, and do not feel bad that you have to leave them, and do not ever feel the need that you owe them anything. It is honestly just you and your future friends at this point. Do not let those people weigh you down. It's kind of like the analogy of crabs in a bucket. A crab can never escape that bucket because all the crabs underneath them will constantly pinch him and pull him down. And then when another one tries to get up, the other crabs will clinch him and pull him down. Those friends are doing the same thing to you. Every time you hang out with them, they're just leeching you. They're just pulling you down from wanting to escape that lifestyle and get out of the bucket ultimately. Bro, you don't even want to hang out with them. Why are you with them? Literally just stop answering them. If that's what it takes, if you're too scared to man up and call them on the phone and say, hey, I just can't be friends with you guys anymore because I am not that same guy from high school. I'm not that kid that wants to go out every night, waste a bunch of money, and have a bunch of problems to deal with and not make gains in the gym. I don't want to work on my business. Like, their mindset is completely different than yours. And by you hanging out with people that don't have that same mindset as you, you're just doing yourself a disservice. You're not going to be motivated to achieve greater things in life. You're not going to be motivated to work harder. Just the quality of the conversation would be so trash. Even when you hang out with these friends, what do you actually talk about when you're with these group of friends? Do you guys even have genuine conversations? Or is it just like, yo, man, this song is fire? Or like, are you guys just complaining? Like, I know a lot of old friends who just, every time I would speak to them, it was always something bad. They could never tell me anything good. There was always like, oh, I'm getting bad hours at work, or like, these shoes are so expensive, I can't afford them. It was just always like negative things. And I couldn't surround myself with people that were constantly negative, because that's going to affect my outlook in life. That's going to affect my thought process. And the company you have around you simply will do that. No matter if you're with them for 5 minutes or an hour, any person you talk to, any person you give your energy towards will have an impact on the way you think and the way you operate as a human. So if people say you changed, it's okay. Especially if you change for the better. Let them be mad that you left them for being losers and not improving on their lifestyle. Let them be mad about it. Let them complain to their friend groups of other losers. That does not affect you. You need to just cut as many people out of your life that bring you down, and just work towards the lifestyle that you want to live. Work towards the goals you want to achieve, and you will get there, and you will have friends, and you can party later on in life. Do not feel like you're missing out on anything by letting go of this friend group. And I know it's going to be hard, especially if you grew up with them. It's always the ones we've known for long periods of time that we have trouble leaving. And honestly, I don't blame you. But you have to say, is my future self going to benefit from this? Am I hindering my future by hanging out with these humans? And if that is the case, you have to make that decision. Would I rather be loyal to my friends who are not helping me become the person I want to become? Or should I just cut them out and then work towards getting the life I want, the wife I want, the car I want, and the house I want? Pick whichever one is more meaningful to you. Obviously, I can't force you to make a decision over the other, but bro, let's be honest. You know which is the answer that you want to pick. And the sooner you can implement this and the sooner you can make your mind up on this, the way better off you'll be.